So recently, the CEO of Gearbox Software, Randy Pitchford, finally gave his response to all of the complaints about poor optimization and the game running poorly across both really console and PC. And he essentially blamed the players for not having the hardware that is capable of, I guess, sustaining this game, and says that Borderlands 4 is an elite premium game. Premium, he says that it's for premium gamers, and this is the audience that it's targeted for. And I do feel like this is pretty disingenuous. I feel like I, along with many of the people in the community, have seen other people with very high-end PCs not able to optimize the game in a way that is playable to their standards. You buy a game in 2025 and you would expect that out of the box it's optimized for, at least higher end placed or PCs or rigs. Especially with console, we still don't even have an FOV slider, and we are getting all these frame stutters and lots of hitching when you're going around the map and just different things of that nature. And we aren't even, with the 120 FOV that we're kind of at least used to, or something near that. He says that he doesn't want that added for, balancing reasons, or essentially that's what he says. I'll put the tweet up. I feel like personally they just need to figure out a way to get it to where the game can run smoothly while being at 120 FPS, or having the FOV, a little bit higher, which I feel like that's personally what's going on. He could say that that's the reason as to why it is, but I feel like that's kind of the issue here. But essentially we're probably not going to get that, at least for like a little while now, until they can figure out, I guess, how to balance that on consoles, which sucks for me. I'm a console player, and I do not like the FOV being that low. I don't know what it is, like, call it a skill issue, call it me just being really nitpicky. I personally do not like it, and it's kind of lowering my enjoyment of the game. And I still have fun playing it. I still am playing it right now. I'm still trying to level up, but I don't have as much fun, I feel, as if, I had a higher FOV, or I could choose what I want my FOV to be. I'm getting off track, but honestly, in my opinion, I feel like this is the worst way for anybody at Gearbox or anybody related to Borderlands 4 to approach the situation going on with the game right now. Like, this is really is like the worst way you could, I guess, address your community, like the people that are trying to enjoy your game. I feel like this is very disingenuous to the people that are like really trying to support the game. They wish that out of the box, paying a full price for a game in this day and age, that you would get, I guess what you should expect, decent optimization and, like a decent experience, I guess you could say, without having to have all these different things on the side, like DLSS and, all those things of that nature, just to enjoy the game. I feel like that's not really fair. I'll be quite honest though, the entire launch of Borderlands 4 does kind of sadden me a bit. It's definitely still fun, and I know a lot of people are still playing despite the issues, but as somebody that has put thousands upon thousands of hours into these series, into even games like Borderlands 3, which everybody seemingly hated it. I know like a good portion of the community, people like even Moxie, they love Borderlands 3 along with me. I still love that game. I think they did the best with what they, I guess, could do from the launch of it, and by the end of the game, I feel like it was pretty solid. But I have put so many hours into every single game in the series, and it just kind of sucks seeing Randy just interact with the community this way. Like, it's not fair to us. Like, a lot of people are really riding out this game for a good portion of their lives, and like just coming at them like that just really doesn't feel good. But it is what it is at this point. We have to have him as the CEO. He's not going anywhere, so all we can do is just hope that the game does get better. It's sitting around a mixed review on Steam right now, which isn't too good, but I definitely feel like it could go up. Borderlands 3 had a similar situation when it first came out, and I really do feel like it is a very solid game in the state that it is right now, aside from the story, of course. With that being said, though, definitely let me know what you guys think of this whole situation with Randy and, the FOV sliders, the poor optimization of the game in general. Just how do you feel about all of that? And do you feel like the game is going to end up getting better in the future? I feel like it is. It's just not good to have kind of two games back to back where people have issues with the launch. This game obviously has its downsides, but, I feel like we are going to get to a point where it's pretty good for everybody to play. But, definitely be looking out for more videos on this channel. This is a new channel. I'm going to be posting mainly Borderlands, and I'm going to try to get Dark Tide content into there, but I'm wanting to branch out eventually, but I'm going to focus on those two at first. So, be on the lookout for more content. I'm going to try to drop some build videos. I've just been very slow to level everybody up. With that being said, though, I'm out. Peace.